Look at this. I'm out here in the woods today. You don't hear a lot. Sure hear a lot in here though, on the internet. Bittersweet day. Packing up the range here for the last time. More on that another time. 16th of December. Side note, my brother Tommy Shook's birthday today. Go follow him on YouTube, Tommy Shook. Same spelling as my last name. Look at this. That maple knows what time it is. It's doing exactly what it was programmed to do. This goldenrod doing exactly what it was programmed to do. It knows that it's time to change. You know, the seasons change. Everything going on in the world, man, there's a lot of noise. I had a long talk yesterday with a young man, and I thought I'd share this with you. He's a student, he's a buddy, and he's got a lot of angst in his heart, as many of us have at different times in our life. First of all, I don't know everything. In fact, I don't know a lot about most things. I do know a lot about a little bit of stuff, though. Dude wanted to chat because he's a little bit distraught with all that's going on in the world. And sometimes it's good just to talk to a brother, a friend, a homie, a sister, whatever. And we spent some time talking. And he's scared. Started to talk to him about what is it he's thinking about all day? What is he listening to? And he's like, well, I listen to the podcasts in this space. Podcasts are no different than the news. It's interesting. There's nothing new. People want free speech. People want you to listen to them as long as you agree with them. It doesn't matter what side you're on. CNN, Fox, gun guy, anti-gun guy. It's all good as long as you agree. All these podcasts, and I have a podcast. We're like 10 years into a podcast. Don't talk about a lot of current event stuff. But so many of these podcasts are just meant to be clickbait bullshit. All this stuff that just went on with Charlie Kirk, and you can watch the little video I did on it. I'll link it in the description. All of these people telling you their opinion. And take this next thing with a grain of salt. Most of them have no freaking clue what they're talking about, including me. I wasn't there. I do not have access to the investigation records. We've got a little bit of information based on what's been put on the internet. Only a fool, I'll say it again, only a fool would weigh in on his opinion with some type of authority on a case, on something that's as complex as this, without all the data. I've got a good friend, his name's Dave. He's got a brother named Paul. Paul works with me, Paul Sharp, check him out. Both of them lifelong coppers. And you'll hear from guys like this, I'm going to wait until I see all the facts. What do we call that? It's called wisdom, man. I don't know, thus I'm not going to say anything. So many of these channels, these gun guys, these special operations dudes that are trying to get your attention with clickbait, telling you all that they know. Well, the truth is, it's all they think they know, because they don't have access to these files, are doing it to get views, man. They're getting views. So this friend, and by the way, those views are ad dollars to make them money. Cool. Nothing wrong with that. But don't for a freaking second think that because some guy wore a uniform once upon a time, or some guy's got a big following, or some guy's got a nice way of speaking, that he knows something that these cops out there don't know. Am I saying that I know? Nope. What I'm saying is none of us do, except those that are doing the investigation. Now, some of you are going to say, like, don't tell me what to think. Cool, man. Think about this. So this young man is full of angst. Why? Because what he's thinking about all day long. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, a man is what he thinks about all day long. If you don't like Emerson, maybe you like Scripture. As a man thinketh, so shall he be. Maybe you like Abraham Lincoln. Man's about as happy as he makes up his mind to be. We know We as mankind knows that our thoughts direct us. Thoughts are indeed things, electrical impulses, whatever you want to call them, but everything that we have, everything we do starts with a thought. And if all day I'm feeding my brain the machine from YouTube, albeit guys that are like cool gun dudes or whatever, you are filling yourself with that. Check this out. I got a coffee company. I roast it, me and Bennett roast it. It's delicious. It's called Ignis Lux. Ignis Lux is Latin for fire light. Why we chose that name? Fire to me always meant something good, warm, wholesome. As a kid, I'd come into woods like this, light a fire, just to sit, to be alone, watch it crackle, sticks in it. Most of you've done this. It's a living thing in a way. There's a fire that burns in you. Our founders, as they talked about this idea of liberty, and these were imperfect men. I'm not one of these guys that looks at these dudes and worships them as they were holier than thou. They were men that did evil, that were imperfect like the rest of us. But they talked about liberty like it was a brush fire. And as a brush fire burns, flames fan it, and it can take off across a hillside, across the countryside. They were using an analogy, right? A metaphor of sorts. It's impossible for you to run around and tend 2 or 3 fires. If I'm over here filling my brain with this shit, blowing on those flames of shit over here, I'm not over here focused on the stuff that's important to me, my family, my health, my mental health, rest, de-stressing, whatever spirituality you have, learning to be a better shooter, learning to be a better cook, whatever the thing is, you're investing your energy in something else. All the while, this stuff goes on. Nature knows what it's doing. The seasons are going to come and go. You're going to die. Go walk through an old graveyard and look at all of those stones and just imagine, man, these people worried about all the crap I worry about in a different way. Sure, some of them didn't have cars or telephones, but they had other things, right? There were plagues and wars and all of that stuff going on at different times. And they're done. Their time's done. So you can spend your time worrying, watching the people that want to keep you worried, because when you're full of that shit, you keep tuning in. It's clickbait, baby. It's clickbait. And the more you tune in, the more money they make, the more that they keep feeding you the same shit. Go scroll through any of these gun channels. It's clickbait, man. It's clickbait to get you focused in on their shit. Pay attention to me so that I keep making some money. They don't know anything that you can't go find out for yourself. And more importantly, what would happen if you just waited for more information to come out? Now, I know some of you are going to say, I don't trust the government, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. I understand that. I understand that maybe you don't trust the government. So does just listening to a bunch of people in a room screaming give you the truth? Does it give you the facts? Not really. It's just hearsay. It's innuendo. It's what ifs. It's maybes. And if that's your thing, there's nothing wrong with that. But guess what that gives you? A life full of what ifs, a life full of maybes. Excellence doesn't come from that. Excellence comes from focus and going down a path to somewhere. It comes through identifying a goal. We start every training with this one question. Why are you here? What's my goal? What's the best outcome I can envision for this event, this day, this thing, etc. Right? I can do that when I get out of bed. I can do that when I go to the range. I can do that when I go to the gym. I can do that when I go to the grocery store. I can do that when I sit down to talk to a friend. What's the best outcome I can envision? When we just give our life to watching other people's opinions, what opinion do I have? How can I even form one? My brain is just full of other people's shit. There's a reason men like Emerson and others of that era, life started to get so busy. The Industrial Revolution started to change the world, and those guys came here to the woods to get away from the steam engines and the motor cars and the freight trains and all the noise of the city, so they could hear. It's pretty magical. I don't know everything. not for a second. So don't think I'm coming here to this channel saying, pay attention to me. I think the important thing is, you've got most of the answers you need for what's good for you. If it gets you off to sit and watch opinions all day long that fill you with angst, fear, doubt, worry, keep doing that if that's what's good for you. If not, maybe come to the woods. Maybe go watch or listen to something that fills you up with hope, love, brotherhood. This idea that we push, civic virtue, which is not my idea. It's as old as the ancients, Aristotle, etc. The idea of civic virtue is being part of your community in a way that you proliferate the good in the community, that you are a person that helps create a space for the next people. That's not just what can I take. Check these out. This idea of well-regulated, I had a recent commenter say, you know, I talk about this well-regulated part, but not the part about it being an individual right. Yeah, I know what the text says, and you can read it too. Look at these. That is stunning. Well-regulated meant, and still means to this day, trained, capable, ready. Not just ready with your hands, but ready in your heart and mind. Ready doesn't just mean to do violence. It means to do the right thing. To stand up for your community, your family, to do what needs doing because it's right. And right is not based on some subjective thing. It's based on something that's in you. These plants know what they're supposed to do because it's in them. You know what's right and wrong. It's not right to steal, right? It's not right to lie. It's not right to cheat. You don't need a religion or a magic book or a dude in a funny hat to tell you that. You know those things are wrong. What happens if you just do those things? What happens if you stop listening to loud people on the internet because they've got a bunch of followers and you just do what's right? Conspiracies? Hell yeah, they abound. They don't own you. They don't control you. Don't let them rob you of sleep. We're on to new, big, exciting things. I'm going to miss this piece of ground. Had some fun with you here. Be well. Don't be dickheads. Tell somebody you love them. Talk to you soon.